welcome back to another Chris the Fish Show free video. We're back with the usual Yes Mate hat and in the fish cave. This time we're going to be going through how I do water changes on so many tanks. For anyone else that's noticed, yes, that black dot is very irritating. So until I can get a new phone, you'll have to please bear with me. But in the meantime, I've got this thing on charge. So I might see if I can get anything running with that again, see what happens. And I'm going to try, and because I've got my GoPro, where is it? Well, it's not exactly a GoPro, it's the cheaper version. And it's also got its underwater case. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to see again if I can get some footage underwater of the fish closer up, get some better shots, but at the same time, anytime anything goes into the tank, they start hiding. It's just like any other fish. The only ones that don't hide are the guppies. So we'll see what happens. Right, so one of the questions I get asked several times when people come round, because everyone comes and sees the fish cave now and again, and it's like, oh wow, it looks so much different in person than it does on videos, it looks so much better, it looks brighter, things like that, the usual stuff. Okay, on the videos it looks bigger the space wise, but the tanks are bigger in person, they're better in person. So one of the main questions is, how much does it cost you to run this fish cave? How long does it take you to do water changes on all these tanks? Don't forget, I've also got the goldfish tank upstairs as well in the kids room. Well, in this video I'm going to show you how I do the water changes on all these tanks. Unlike other fish caves and other people in the hobby, I don't have the whole automated system. I do it all by siphon, by hand and manual. So I'm going to show you, I just basically get them all done in one go and then fill them all back up in one go. As simple as that. So the usual thing I'll do is I'll open the lids of every single tank and then I'll work my way around. That one, occasionally I'll put the siphon in if there's any bits at the bottom, but you know, 9 times out of 10 we have got the drain tap at the back, so it will just drain itself straight out the garage door. That one, I haven't done it yet, so I'm going to try that one this time. We've got a valve on the FX6 which drains it out, but again, I also like to put the siphon in to get any crap off the bottom. This one, again, you put the siphon in just to get all the stuff out the bottom, but it's got the external filters which does most of the work, and you've got to be careful doing siphon on the guppy tanks or the live bearing tanks, because you've got a chance you might suck up some fry. And we've also got to do a first water change on the beta tank, because obviously he's only been here about a week or so now, so I've just been leaving him alone to let him settle in. And we'll have the first water change on this tank since I set it up, which was probably not even a week ago. Do me a favour while you're watching this video, hit that subscribe button, don't cost you nothing. Right, so as I explained, you're going to have to bear with me with the brightness. I've got all the lids open all the way around each tank, even though that one, as I say, I have got the drain, so I might do that as well, but I've got a few bits I've got to suck out the bottom. Then again with this one, just open the top. So now I've got to get my bucket of cleaning goodies and my bag of siphons out and start sucking out all the rubbish. And then all I'll do is, I've got a super long siphon which I'll show you, hangs outside, and then every great hobbyist needs the big ass crocodile clips to hold it into place on the side. And I don't know if I've mentioned it in a video before, but Dill, where is he, who is just underneath here, is our little escape artist. I've had to put some sponge on there and same on the other side, because he keeps trying to get out the back and fall onto the floor to try and escape. Right, so out of this tank, the big plec has just gone, found him a new home. I have put the Oscars up for sale as well, because they're starting to get a bit too aggressive, and obviously I love my electric blue JD, so I don't want anything happening to him. But I've put the siphon through this tank, so now I've just got to reach down and do the drain tap on that one. And over here I've got 2 tanks draining at the same time, just both pouring outside. So that's pretty much all I do. I'll go around and I'll drain each tank and then once they're all done, I'll then start and go back round to fill them all back up again, obviously putting the conditioner in at the same time. Alright, so as it stands so far, we've managed to get all of the tanks drained. This one is still currently draining, and thankfully my plans worked. So what I've learned is you turn the out valve off, plug the hose in, outside it goes, and as you can see, it's draining quite nicely. So all the water just comes out here, washes away all the rubbish from the others, all the sand or whatever I've got out, all drains down into there, and we're all good. So all we got to do now is we'll come outside. There's our hose, which, as you know, I've done a DIY video of this. We'll come all the way around here, and it's connected to our double tap. So as soon as I turn that on and I've got the hose ready, I can fill them all up again. Right, so far so good. As you can see, we've got all these tanks done. Got the prime conditioner, prime Zeechum in all of the tanks. And let me flip this round. As you can see how much brighter, all the tanks are full and looking a lot better. This one as well, that one. Currently working on this one. So as I say, I've got it clipped on, aimed at the boat so it doesn't disturb the substrate, and then I've just got to top that one up, and then we're all done. All we've got to do then is just basically give all the tanks a good wipe over, so then that way it just basically gets rid of any excess water, and then I'll just go and get the window cleaner and I'll just clean all the tanks down again so they all look as fresh and mint as always. That's why when people come round and they see my videos, how do you always keep your tanks so clean? And that's why. Just do water changes, just maintain them. That's all there is to it. It's such an easy thing to do. The hardest part is choosing what fish you want to keep. Right then, so while we're waiting for the last tank to finish filling, all I do, grab some Windowline and a tea towel, and then I'll spray all of the tanks, get them all cleaned, get them all shining, or whatever you want to call it. But you've always got to make sure you remember, whenever you're doing water changes, keep refreshed. Yes mate. So we've just got to wait for that tank to finish filling, so I'm going to carry on and just basically clean all the glass on the windows. Now there is only one downfall to having it where it comes out the door. If you're not paying attention, you will flood a little bit when the hose comes in. Oops, didn't get that bit on video though, did I? But it wasn't too bad, I caught it in time, just got to wait for it to dry out. Then yeah, that's pretty much that part done. Right, so before we start cleaning all the glass down, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Ain't gonna cost you nothing, and if you hit the bell next to it, you'll know when I post the next video as well. I've noticed there's a lot more non-subscribed viewers than there is subscribed, so please come on, help me out, hit that subscribe button. Right, so now that we've got that tank all filled up as well, the Plex gone out of there, everything's hiding at the moment, it looks an empty tank. But the Oscars hopefully will be going soon, and I've got a new plan to join this tank with the JDs, because the JDs and the catfish are staying in there. This tank is still looking absolutely mint. Then as you can see, my Malawi's in here. You've got a couple of the jewels as well, but these are growing quite nicely, not as fast as I'd expect, but we got some nice big ones. We still got some little tiny ones. Is it going to focus? And then we got some absolutely beautiful colours on a lot of them as well, but that's all still to pop out. They're still only young. This tank's only been running, what, probably a couple of months. And then if we come over to here, there's our Dill hiding under there, the little escape artist. All our well, we've got two platies and all our angels. Then Tango, who is our logo, is always in there, that's his cave. Then Dyson is always in here, as you can see his tail hanging out. Oh, here he comes. Did you hear me mention your name? Say hello. Look at you, covered in sand. And then there is the 2 musk turtles in here as well. Again, they like to hide a lot. They do use the basking area, but not very often. I will be doing something with that eventually. It's just, as per usual, down to time and money. Look, in a big bunch. There's Tango, one of our musk turtles. These 2 used to be proper skittish, but now they're as happy as anything. Tango's gone back in his cave. But the 2 musk turtles are fantastic. They're no longer shy. And there he is, the little escape artist, trying to get out again. What he doesn't realise is I've blocked it off. And the funny thing about this tank is they won't eat the fish flakes, but they will eat all the turtle food that I put in. So I have to put extra turtle food in for the turtles, as well as the angels and the cichlid and everything. It's mental. In this tank you can see a lot of the fry are starting to grow, so hopefully we'll start selling some of them on. We've even got a couple of adult females in there, so if they do pop any out, they'll go into there. Spike, our beta fish, is just at the back there. He's hiding. Then, as you know, we got the gourami tank. This tank is so beautiful. I love it. It's one of the best moves I've made. And then, I swear, that snail don't half move quick. I knocked him down when I was filling the tank back up. But yeah, not only have we got a lot of adults in here, as well as 1 cardinal and the 1 danio, but these keep on breeding as well, so I can't keep trying to catch them fry because they're too bloody quick and it'll disturb and upset all the rest of them. But yeah, that tank's thriving as well. As I said before, the floor's managed to get a bit wet. We've got to leave that to dry off. Right then, so on that note, that's how I do my water changes. What I'll do is probably once a week, once a fortnight, I'll come in here, I'll drain them all, I'll clean them all, fill them all back up, make sure you dechlorinate them, simple as that. And then when it comes to the filters, the internals and the external filters I've got, I'll probably clean them. I clean the internals probably once a month maybe, and then the external filters I'll clean every 2 to 3 months. So then it just keeps on top of it. So as per usual, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.